I can't help but begin by saying that the government can fire whoever they want, and this is about weakening the protections and the compensation that they get when they do that, worse than any contract the government has negotiated so far. Madam Speaker, now more than ever, it is so important for us to spend money here in Nova Scotia. We all agree on that. And yet this government continues to give money to American companies without even considering if Nova Scotian or Canadian companies can do the work. That includes $42 million to Google untendered, $152 million to Varian. How can this Premier say he supports local when he keeps handing over money to American companies?
I recognize the Honourable Premier.
Something that was completely false and completely designed to try to scare people to slide by. So I want to address it very, very directly. If there are people who are severed from this province, they will be treated fairly based on their years of experience. For the member to suggest anything otherwise is nothing but fear-mongering. There's no place for it in this province. This government respects Nova Scotians and will treat them fairly at every opportunity.
I recognize the Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
Well, if he wants to talk about firing people instead of American contracts, I will let the public know that this bill says that public servants can be fired, notwithstanding the Nova Scotia Labour Code. That means this government does not need to comply.
Order. No needling. We've gone through this before. I recognize the Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
Okay. American contracts. Why are we signing American contracts? Why are we sending the Minister of Opportunities and Social Development to go to Washington to Trump's inauguration, who is actively threatening our economy and our sovereignty? Why did the Premier think it was a good idea for this minister to celebrate Trump's inauguration on the taxpayers' dime?
I recognize the Honourable Premier.
Madam Speaker, the relationships with tech companies to further improve access to health care are important. We will continue to look for the best possible partners to improve health care in this province. We're not ashamed of that, Madam Speaker. We'll continue to do that. We will continue to work on the relationship with the Americans and try to get our message to appropriate decision makers. The minister was well placed to do that. He had some relationships there to get our message. I am not ashamed that we are working hard to protect Nova Scotians from those tariffs. But, you know, Madam Speaker, if we're going to answer some questions in here, why don't we ask and answer the question about how can somebody who has an extensive family trust populated from monies made in natural resources stand up and say it can't happen?